from JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, December the 16th, 2016. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu posted a video on his Facebook page today directed at the residents of Amona, the outpost in the West Bank that has been a source of contention in Israel's Knesset for some time now and is set to be demolished later this month. The outpost was built on private Palestinian land and was ruled by Israel's High Court to be taken down by December the 25th. Netanyahu said in his remarks today that the Israeli government is committed to settlement in Judea and Samaria, referring to the West Bank, and said that every effort was made to find a solution that would let Amona residents stay put. However, he said the solutions offered were not accepted in the Knesset. Netanyahu said that while his heart is with the residents of the outpost, Israel is a state of law, and the law must be followed. By the same token, the prime minister said he would crack down on illegal construction elsewhere in the country. He said, "I will not have double standards on enforcing the law between citizens of Israel, between Jews and Arabs, between one person and the next." There is great concern about the evacuation of Amona. Residents are said to be readying for protests, while the IDF and Israel police are preparing for the imminent eviction. Israel's security agency, the Shin Bet, announced a decrease in the number of terror attacks last month in Israel. In its monthly report, the Shin Bet said terror incidents had dropped by 38% nationally and 72% in Jerusalem. They recorded a total of 95 attacks in November, with 9 in Jerusalem, compared to 153 attacks in October, with 48 of those in Jerusalem. In the November incidents, 1 Israeli was wounded as compared to 23 wounded and 2 killed during the previous month. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump has named David Friedman as the next U.S. ambassador to Israel. The 57-year-old Friedman served on Trump's Israel Advisory Committee during the presidential campaign and is a longtime friend and advisor to Trump. In a statement, Friedman said he was deeply honored and humbled by the appointment and that he aimed to, quote, strengthen the bond between our two countries and advance the cause of peace within the region, and look forward to doing this from the U.S. Embassy in Israel's eternal capital, Jerusalem. Whether the embassy, which is located now in Tel Aviv, will move to Jerusalem under Trump's presidency remains to be seen. If confirmed, Friedman will replace current U.S. Ambassador to Israel, Dan Shapiro. Austria's lower house of parliament approved the purchase of the apartment building where Adolf Hitler was born, in an effort to lower the appeal of the site to neo-Nazis. There had been some discussion as to what would happen to the building, which is located in Braunau, a town in Upper Austria along its border with Germany. And yesterday, Austrian government officials said the home was going to be offered to a charitable organization that works with the disabled. Provincial Governor Joseph Puringer said destroying the Hitler birthplace would lead to accusations that Austria was, quote, tearing down a piece of burdensome history. Many had suggested and thought that the building would be demolished. President of the World Jewish Congress, Ronald Lauder, praised Austria's decision this week to seize the home. He said Hitler's house should be torn down and erased from sight once and for all. It must not be a pilgrimage site or a shrine for neo-Nazis. Well, Israel will not be represented at this coming year's Oscars. The 9 semifinalists for the Academy Awards Best Foreign Language Film category were announced this week, and Israel's entry, Sandstorm, did not make the cut. Hopes were high for the film, which centers on a Bedouin village in southern Israel and is told entirely in Arabic. Sandstorm won top prizes at international film festivals in Taiwan, South Korea, Seattle, and awarded the World Cinema Grand Jury Prize at Sundance. The 9 contenders will be narrowed down to 5 on January the 24th, when the nominees in all categories will be announced. The Oscars are set to air on February the 26th. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight, for Friday, December the 16th, Live Shabbat services are coming up at 6 o'clock from New York City's Central Synagogue, followed at 7:30 by a concert from the Folksbiene Theater. At 8 o'clock, actor and singer Mandy Patinkin speaks at the 92nd Street Y. And at 9 o'clock, it's the film Peretzniks. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 5:30, Rabbi Shlomo Riskin looks at this week's Torah portion. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, December the 16th, 2016. I'm Teisha Bader. Shabbat Shalom.